Hello friends. Today we are repairing an inverter that makes 220 volts of alternating current from 12 volts of direct current. I have already disassembled it, cleaned it from dust. The board was very dirty because it was used in a combine and an air conditioner was connected to the inverter. After cleaning, I looked at the board for damage and found nothing. Then I found that the switch was working very strangely, as if it was jamming a little. I measured the voltage on the switch and voltage was coming to it, but not at the output. Thus, I realized that the switch was faulty. Now I applied 12 volts to the inverter, and we will try to short circuit the wire by simulating the switch being on. As you can see, two LEDs are lit. This means that the switch is definitely a problem. But there is something else. Because the red indicator lights up, which means there is some kind of error. Consumption is 200 milliamps. The fans do not rotate. Perhaps they only start rotating when there is a high load on the inverter. When connected in a short period of time, the consumption currents reach 1.2 amperes. My power supply gives only 1.5 amperes. Replacing the toggle switch solved part of the problem. But what else prevents the inverter from working? Current consumption in idle mode is 170 milliamperes. And there is a little heating in this sub-module which is soldered separately. There is a PWM controller there. Maybe it is the problem. The PWM controller should control the power transistors. But there is no voltage for them to open. I want to try to remove the sub-module and check it. From 170 consumption dropped to 40 milliamps after I unsoldered it. Let's figure out if the PWM controller works, but first we need to find the datasheet for it. UC3843A is the PWM controller here. Now when voltage is supplied, the lamp does not light up and the display does not show the input voltage measurement. When the toggle switch is turned on, only the relay is turned on, you can hear it. I connected the oscilloscope to the output signal of the PWM controller and we see this picture. The PWM controller is located on our submodule. As you can see, the output signal at the end is not smooth. Maybe this is a malfunction or maybe it should work like this. I am still figuring out this issue. I finally figured out what the problem was and why the inverter wouldn't start. This device didn't have enough current and it was giving an error and going into protection. The thing is that my power supply can't give more current than 1.5 amperes. And for a minimum start, you need 3 amperes. My unit has such an output with a current of 3 amperes. After I connected a more powerful power source, the inverter immediately started working in normal mode. As an example, I will now connect a power source with a lower current and let's see. As you can see, our second voltage meter goes out. Here is the inverter finally repaired. As you can see, everything works. Let's try to connect a light bulb to supply a load to the inverter. As you can see, the light bulb goes out. This is because my power supply is not powerful enough. If I connect it to the battery, everything will work. Let me probably connect a phone charger. As you can see, the charger charges the phone and the current consumption is about 400 milliamps. Everything works. The main thing is to test the inverter using a powerful power source. That's all. Friends, I hope the video was useful. Subscribe to the channel and don't forget to put your finger up. For those who want to help develop the channel, there is a donation link under the video. See you in the next videos.
Пока-пока.